people? Another segment of Conversations with Chike Evans. And today I am speaking with Scribe to God, and he is from the Frank White Experience. The Frank White Experience is a band, and they actually honor the Notorious B.I.G. And they just joined the room. Here we go. Scribe brother,
Peace, 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 peace.
how
What it
are you?
do? I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Blessed to be here.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming here. Let me raise my camera a little bit. You finding ways to beat the heat?
Yeah, man, I'm in the basement, you know what I'm saying? Underground, you know what I'm saying? Subterranean.
Best place to be.
You're already.
So tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me a little bit about your background.
All right, so peace. My name's Scribe to God. I am a MC, educator, activist, and all around proponent and soldier in the army of liberation for our people. That is in foundational Black Americans and the diaspora at large. I've been rapping as well as I've been participating as a rapper in the hip hop culture as well as an educator in the front line of liberation for 2 decades plus. Um, I am a public school educator, administrator, assistant principal at a public high school in Rochester, New York. Taught true story in the classrooms in the city of Rochester for 18 years, as well as rapping raps for real,
Mhm.
all along the way. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So yeah, uh, I'm an original artist at Scribe to God, SKRIBEDAGOD, everywhere. But I fell into this beautiful opportunity to carry on the legacy of the late great Christopher Notorious B.I.G. Wallace as a part of my affirming of self, my full self affirmation. Part of that is doing this work for the legacy of Big. You know.
Right. So talk to me a little bit about how that formulated. How did that come to be?
So basically, you know, I've been on the scene, being a custodian for the culture for, like I said, for 2 decades in my city, Rochester. So Rochester is kind of a part of like a four-city triangle between Buffalo, Rochester, Syracuse, and Ithaca, New York. We constitute like central and western New York.
Hmm.
So it's like a Venn diagrammed overlapping scene. So I'm one of the big homies from the city of Rochester. So for years, I had been curating hip hop spaces for my artists like myself and other artists to express themselves. Um, Now, as an original artist, my music is uh, an heirloom for my family and the children and for the people. So it's not necessarily rap;
Right.
it's hip hop for real. You know what I'm saying? It's food for thought. It's steak for babies. That's what I call my mixtape um, series. It's very dense. So I realized that I should give the listeners or the concert goers some space in between these dense bars to have a cognitive break. So I would insert some cover songs.
Okay.
And my brother E-Man of Fist Funk and Skunk City, I was doing a set at a show with them, and he saw me rapping all 9 verses of the Wu-Tang Triumph, Check the Rhyme by myself, Biggie, Nas, as well as my
Right.
own raps. He's like, yo, we got, because he was doing a tribute thing, you know, Bob Marley, Prince, all kinds of tributes. He's like, yo, we got to do a big Biggie tribute. I was like, yo, say less. So then it was born, you know. So I
Okay.
had a band called the Level 7 Experience. He had Skunk City. And we kind of merged those together to create the Frank White Experience.
Okay. Now, for those that don't know, explain who is Frank White.
Frank White is the real King of New York. So the King of New York, King of New York is a movie that was pretty much like the prevailing gangster movie that reigned between the Scarface Carlitos Way era and before New
Mhm.
Jack City. So in that little space between Scarface, Carlitos Way, and when New Jack City dropped, King of New York was the prevailing gangster saga, so to speak.
Yeah.
So Frank White was the main character that played by Christopher Walken, and he was the King of New York. So Biggie used that as an alias, besides being Big, because Big uh, came in the game saying that he was Frank White, the King of New York.
Hmm. Yeah. And so you're certified and sanctioned by the estate and the family to actually be out and to play this music and to perform this music. Talk to me about that interaction and how they received you when they found out that this is what you wanted to do.
It was serendipitous. It was definitely part of God's plan. We were young in our tenure at doing this, but it was our first time in Brooklyn at Brooklyn Bowl, and there was just a perfect storm. Little C's had seen this Frank White experience thing going on, so he was like, "What's going on with that?" Contacted our team. We spoke. He pulled up, and Wayne Barrow, who is the executive director and president of the Christopher Wallace Foundation and runs the Notorious B.I.G.'s estate for
Mhm.
Mama Wallace, was actually at Brooklyn Bowl for a birthday party for Akil Davison, who
Mm.
is of Rex and Effects, right?
Oh,
So
yeah,
Wayne Barrow was in the building, unbeknownst. Just like they say that there are coincidences, but there are no coincidences. You know what I'm saying?
exactly, exactly.
So we hit the stage, and it just happened. You know what I'm saying? And then C sees Wayne, Wayne sees C. They're both like, "Yo, what are you doing? What are you doing here?" And then they're like, "Yo, what is this? What is this happening? What is this thing that's happening right here?" And since then, it's been up, and we've been family ever since, man.
Nice, very nice, very nice. I was with C's maybe in the wintertime in Chicago, and he's actually the reason why I reached out to you guys
Oh,
to have this interview because I saw him post the live session,
right.
and your sound so good, and I was like, wow, I was like, this is going to be awesome. And so it prompted me to reach out because I wanted to know more
Hmm.
and I wanted to know more firsthand. So I decided to have you on to interview you about
Sure.
it. So that's why you're here.
Appreciate it.
Um, talk to me about the set. Like, what should I expect from seeing a set or experiencing
Basically,
a
you're
set?
gonna see the music. So what the Frank White experience does is we take hip hop and push it to its highest level. The only thing I could possibly compare it to would be what the Roots have been doing for 2+ decades.
Right.
Um, we kick it on that level. Like, we are not playing with this. We know that hip hop is a musical genre that deserves to be expressed in its highest form, and we bring it like that. So you're looking at a live instrumentation representation of this music that you loved and listened to that came from drum machines and studio producers. And we put that, reverse engineer that, put that on live musicians to bring that in the full band experience that
Yeah.
really pushes the soundscape and the sonic frequencies to the maximum level to titilize and tantillate the earbuds and earwaves of the peoples. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it definitely does that. I was going to say it goes from 2D to 3D, but it's more like 5D.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's fifth
It-
dimensional,
yeah.
5D vibes,
Yeah.
because it's timeless. You know what I'm saying? Once you get to the 5D, there's no space and time. Like this, it's just all the it's everything. So yeah, it's a 5-dimensional reality. You know what I'm saying? It's forever, and
Yeah.
it's for now. You know what I mean? So
Definitely.
it, it's a vibe for sure. And that's why it has legs, and the legs are just starting to really really grow and get strong. They're still teenage legs, but these legs are designed and intended to set world records. It's Olympic level,
I can see that.
realities.
I
You know
can
what
see
I'm
that. So who's some of your inspirational artists?
saying? So for myself, of course, I'm a son of Shaolin. I like to say, you know what I mean. Like, I grew up. I'm a '78 baby, right? So I was there. I remember when like when Nas happened, pretty much when Nas, Wu Tang, Big, that all happened in that year plus time. You know what I'm saying? That kind of like
Hmm.
canonized things. But Wu Tang being so having 9 MCs but being one product
Right.
with so much diversity in the way you can approach, and then also the substance and the actual nutrients that were in the bars that Wu Tang represented, you know, and Nas as well, um, kind of are like the precursor of the stem cells for who Scribe the God is, you know.
Mm.
Beyond
Okay.
that, you know, of course, I would go back to KRS One, Rakim, Cool G, you know, Big Daddy Kane, all of that, because we grew up on that. But I was young. I was, you know, when my mind had grew to the place where I could start to understand what knowledge itself was,
Right.
Wu Tang had emerged to walk us in my generation through that. You know what I'm saying? Whereas I would say that the older gods had Rakim and KRS One to walk them through that. The people who are you know, early '70s, late '60s babies. You know what I'm saying? But us
Right.
late '70s, early '80s babies, we had the Wu, we had Nas. You know what I'm saying? To walk us through that self-realization. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. How old were you when you realized for yourself, honestly, in your soul, that you had it?
Huh. Well, I can't remember a time when I couldn't rap. Like when I first tried to rap, I could rap. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Like 9 years old, I wrote my first rap. I was listening to Two Live Crew at that time, so it was nasty, right?
Yes.
My great grandmother, rest her soul, Anna Cunningham, very stoic individual, known for her disciplinary actions. She found it. I had wrapped it in like 3, 4 envelopes and sealed it. It's like I finally wrapped, and I thought I was getting in trouble. She ain't say nothing, so I guess it was nice. You know what I'm saying? She saw something in that. So I can rap ever since I tried to rap, and I can write since the time I embarked on writing. But I didn't ever think about rap or writing as a occupation or a life's work
Hmm.
um, until I met my wife in 2003
Okay.
in college. When I met my wife, my pen just started leaking, and I went through some trauma. I lost my best friend. I was fighting a case, just going through things, and I wrote my way out of that kind of that dungeon of anxiety, and the walls closing in. I kind of wrote my way out of that, and I give all the glory to the Most High. And yeah, and I just emerged and became self-aware that this is the thing that I do. Like I couldn't hustle no more. I had a baby on the way. I had to change my life quick and fast. And um, fortunately, I was almost done with a 4-year degree because I'm a hustler, tenacious hustler at spirit. I treat education as a hustle. I treat the hustle as a hustle. I treat music as a hustle. It's all every which way. Got to get it every which way, you know. So I was close to finishing up a 4-year degree, and ended up pivoting into education and doing the music thing,
Hmm.
and put the hustle down, you know. And I
Okay.
did that as an original artist for about 15 years, and then I realized that, like, you know, as black men, we really don't leave, you know, generally speaking, we don't leave, we can't acquire generational wealth. So what do we leave behind? You know what I'm saying? What, a couple suits, maybe some clothes, you know, if the man's even there, you know what I mean?
Mm.
So
True.
I realized that this catalog of music that I was writing was going to be an heirloom.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? That my generations that are with me now and those that I won't be able here to live with will be able to access what was a part of their family tree, and orient themselves to a level of awareness and a constitution and a code that is in their DNA. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I rap for, that's what I rap for.
Okay.
I don't rap for society. I don't rap for, like, everyone raps for the people. Who raps for the gods? You know what I'm saying? Who raps the raps that gives fruit for thought for the people who are doing the things that move the needle?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So I decided I'll never write another rap concerning myself about how it's supposed to play out in the industry or in the marketplace. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
rap for knowing that my seeds and and my posterity will access that, and I have to stand and in the face of that. You know what I'm saying? And I want to stand firm and pure with that. So when you
Yeah.
listen to Scribe to God, you're listening to the secrets of the universe. You know what I'm saying? It's more of a holy text than it is a product and a commodity. You know.
Got it. Got it. And are any of your children talented like yourself?
Yeah, my children are so talented; they don't know what to do with their talent. You know, everything's very easy for them.
Mm,
You know, so they have a black foundational Black American form of affluenza, like intellectual affluenza. You know, everything they ever try to do, they can do. So they don't know
mhm.
exactly what they want to do. You
Right.
know,
Right. Right.
so I'm not on no tiger dad or type vibes with them. You know what I'm saying? I'm letting them grow
Right.
into it, and I'm also knowing that these children came through my wife and I, and they chose us, and maybe they came to be what we needed to be once we reached this threshold that we're on the precipice of now, you
Hmm.
know. But they're brilliant and beautiful in every way, you know. They're talented. They can express themselves. They're very thoughtful. They're indigo children, like to the T, you
Yeah.
know. So they're just all encompassing, beautiful souls that that are the representation of the true and living uh, God and Christ consciousness when they enter the room of their social circles, much like their mother and fathers are. You know.
Nice. Nice. So with the Frank White experience, what is a set like? What does your set consist of?
Oh, with the Frank White experience, man, we bring the heat, man. You know what I'm saying? It's bangers. It's hard joints like kicking the door. You know, it's party joints. You know, it's Big Papa. It's everything. It's all the hits. You know, some of the B sides, the real stuff. You know, Who Shot Yas, the
Mm,
Unbelievables. You know, it's bars, it's club bangers, it's songs, it's love songs. It's the whole experience, man. The whole gamut. You know, we speed it up, slow it down, kick the raw vibes, smooth it out, all in one encompassing product that sits right at the heart chakra where you want it to be. You know what I'm
mhm.
saying? Take you to that space in that place that you known and love your whole life. For those of us who are of
Yeah.
that generation in space, and to the young folks who only experience this music through music videos and the internet, like this is an opportunity for them to see and feel what this energy really
Yeah.
does in the true and living space of humanity. You know what I'm saying? Like this is real deal, so like this is analog because it's real, it's live, like it's right there. Them sound frequencies are pushing through your being. You know what I mean? When you
Yeah.
come to experience the Frank White experience, you're getting inundated and bathed in the sonic resonance of hip hop magic. You know what I'm saying? And we don't play with that. We know what we're doing. This ain't no, this ain't no. You know what I'm saying? This we it's some wizardry. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
black magic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the most positive, in the most purely intended way. So
So if you compare, and this is just my analogy to try to put people on what we're speaking of. If you take a tasty cake, chocolate cupcake, and then you take your grandma's chocolate German cake, the difference
yeah,
is one is more decadent, rich, and full, and the other one's just
yeah.
a corny substitute. You
Yeah,
know what
yeah,
I mean?
exactly. No, this is grandma's German chocolate cake, boy, triple layer. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? When she put her hands in it. You
Yeah,
feel me? This ain't Whole Foods Wegmans potato salad. And this is grandma potato salad where she take her rings off and crush the potato. You feel me? This is real deal Holyfield, bro. You know what I'm saying? This out the mud for sure, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Me and my brother Emmanuel Washington, man, we both come from a very, very real and true hip hop and black American space, you know what I'm saying? And we know what it is to be out here. Like, look, you don't come out here doing something like this. Like Richard, you don't just do things I don't just do things just to do them, Charlie Murphy.
Right.
Like we ain't just like this. We know what's going on here. You know what I mean? Like we're not playing with this thing. You know what I mean? Like we take this very, very seriously. We know what it is, and we're very intentional about it. And we hold it into the highest regard and esteem, and know that we are a part of a full rendering that is what will be the full legacy of who is considered to be, hip hop's the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Um, and a lot of times people are like, oh, do you do like you think that I could rap Biggie's raps if I wasn't super nice at rapping? You know what I'm saying? Like, the only way that I can pull this off is because like I'm really nice at rapping raps. You know what
Got
I'm
it.
saying? So, but the big thing was like a lot of times, man, it's hard to get out the way when you, especially when you have so much that could benefit the listener in your raps, and you're that good at rapping raps. It's hard to
Mm-hmm.
get out of the way of thinking that the people need to hear you. You know what I'm saying? Don't
Yeah.
nobody owe me 1 cent of attention currency. Nothing's owed to me. You know what I'm saying? But the
Yeah.
same way that I can be rapping all these raps just for my children, and it could never make, I also might be the illest nigga to ever rap raps. I got to enfranchise both, both, um, both metrics of the polarity at the same time. So I
Yeah.
realized that, like, wow, you know, okay, so this, me doing this to contribute and to add on to Big's legacy, because he was taking that 24, and who knows where he would have went and what he really had in between his ears and what his true intentions were. I mean, look at the seasons of Hove. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Look like people. I mean, even some of these young bucks, you can see them evolve, like Wayne
Mm-hmm.
or even like a 21
Yeah.
Savage. Like you see them, you know. Like so, I see it like, okay, I feel Big with me on the stage. Like I know I've been chosen, and I know that he's with me, and he's like, yo, you nice, and do this, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is my tithes. I'm paying tithes to the culture, the church of hip
Yeah.
hop. You know what I'm saying? By serving this here as I introduce the world to Scribe to God. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I don't got no time. I'm 45 years old, bro. I don't got no time to try to be a rapper. Nor, you know what I'm saying? I'm a full-time educator. I teach the truth to the youth. You know what I'm saying? I got no time
Right.
to try to be someone's rapper. I'm not good at social media. I'm an old head. I just rap good, and I kick the Willy Bobo for real. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So this manifested as a way to expedite the process and to create the platform while paying the tithes and the homage to the culture, all in one fell swoop, to
Yeah.
bring forth, and also to tether a higher vibrational frequency that you have to really listen. You have to listen hard. You have to listen harder to Big or Hove to hear that they were always on this level. It was, they represent all 7 chakras of their experience. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? From the carnal to the holy and everything in between.
Yeah.
But the listener, it's where the listener is that the music pops out. That's why it's timeless. You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
same with Woo. Like, it's dope when you're 15. It's dope when you're 25. It's dope when you're 35. It's dope when you're 45, for
Right.
different reasons.
Yes.
As you grow, you know what I'm saying? That's real hip hop. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I know that as a part of me manifesting and affirming myself as an artist and the contributor to the body of knowledge and lexicon of hip hop music, um, a way for me to do that was to do this act of service for the estate and for the legend, you know what I'm saying, as I manifest myself and canonize myself as an artist myself.
Yeah. And I see you as a guardian and taking stewardship over the legacy of Big and ushering it into its next phase
Yeah.
but with different kind of roots on it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And what's interesting is like I'm born in America, but I'm Rastafari, right?
Mm,
Big was born in Jamaica, but he hip hop.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But the
So
spirit is
it's
there.
almost
The
like Big
spirit.
and I are like a yin, like we're like a hip hop yin and yang,
Yeah.
like we're like a hip hop binary star almost. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
It's
I
like
see that.
like and it's interesting because like you know never did I even ever think in my wildest dreams. That's why I say to my people sometimes, man, you gotta stop putting so many details on your desires.
Mm,
Because if you try to create these acute details about this is how I want my dream to come true, then you're gonna block the universe from bringing your dreams forward. So
mm.
when I took off, I said, "Look, Lord, you know better than me." Every time I gave it to you and said, you know what I'm saying, show me, do what it do. It was always better than anything I could imagine, right?
It's always like that.
Always like that. So this is what you're that's what's going on here. You know what I'm saying? I was
Hmm.
like, you know what, Ja, you know my heart. You know what I'm here for. I've been working for you. I'm a soldier. I got my stripes. I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm hitting I'm shovels in the dirt, one foot in front
Hmm.
one, you know what I'm saying, steadfast with it. So go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Just like illuminate the path and I'll walk down it, you know what I mean? So
Amen.
it was the letting go of the ego based uh exact qualifications and criteria of what success in my dream manifest look like
Right.
that allowed this to come into being.
Mm.
And now I'm living beyond my wildest dreams. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm doing
That's
the
so dope.
exact thing I envisioned, but it's even doper than what I envisioned on the way to what I envisioned. You feel me, God? Like, so it's like, yo, it's like, let's get to that. You know what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
don't get no better than that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So
I
everything's
definitely
blessed,
feel that.
man.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
So you guys are on the road, right?
Yeah, we're on the road as much as we can be, like because this thing is taking off. You know, we still like everyone has, like I have 5 children and a wife. My partner and drummer, he just had twin babies, literally like a week ago. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Shouts out to my
blessing.
brother E-Man and the babies. So we're family people. So we are on the road. So we're on the road as much as we can be until the road can really put all of the food on the table. You know what I'm
Got you.
saying? So we outside, but we also inside. You know, you know. So like I said, man, I work a 9 to 5 as an educator. You know what I'm saying? I'm a school administrator and a teacher and whatnot. And I've been doing that for almost 20 years. But the one thing about being a teacher is that there's a lot of vacation time. There's a dope contract. You know what I'm saying? A strong union. Summers off. You know what I'm saying? So it would be ample time
Good.
to kind of build this thing. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like some doctor not bad meaning bad but bad meaning good.
Yes.
Million gajillion fulfillion love bombs.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Absolutely.
so yeah, man, you know, mad scientist, man. I'm a long play, diabolical, you know what I'm saying, strategist for all the right reasons for our people and for our culture, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? I sleep in my
Absolutely.
work boots, bro, you know. I'm a poor righteous teacher as a day job and my night grind, you know what I'm saying? It never stop because how can it, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Absolutely. So you have a date coming up with Little C's, right? Isn't
Yeah,
that coming
so
up this week?
yeah, this Saturday, July 13th, Brooklyn Bowl. We're doing the 25th anniversary of the Wonderful World of Caesar Leo album, one of the most slept on albums in hip hop. You know, people don't realize that Players Anthem was on that album.
Mm.
You know, um, and there's joints on there, and there's a bunch of dope features and guest appearances, and Big. What people don't realize is that Big wasn't like gonna be bad boy for life. Big
Right.
was gonna fulfill his contractual obligations. He had Junior Mafia, you know what I'm saying? And then he had the commission that he was gonna do with him, Hove, Charlie Baltimore, you know what I'm saying, all those other
Mm-hmm.
folks. And none of that stuff was able to be brought into fruition. So um, this album is one of those products that was a part of him building what was going to be that reality for him.
Right.
You know, so um, this album, much like Kim's album, was something that big. Like the reason why we only got Life After Death or Ready to Die, and then there was that 3 or 4 year, 2 or 3 year chunk with 94, 95, 96. That 2 year chunk because Big was writing Kim's and
Mm-hmm.
Caesar's joint and putting together that whole, you know what I'm saying, forefront of what was going to be artistic expression for his whole team and his crew. And then the
Right.
Life After Death drop. So, this album, like I said, is a slept on jewel. And also, just like my brother C's, man, like shouts out to C's, such a beautiful soul, bro. Like, and for
Mm-hmm.
me to be able to have a relationship with who was Big's most loved and beloved, you know what I'm saying, homie.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting here and I'm rapping and I'm on, and C's like, look, and I'm like, yo, what is going on right now, fam? I'm like, is this, I mean, like, this is
Yeah.
life, Yeah, like, okay, I'm like, let me just hold it right here, just hold firm, you know what I'm saying? Don't let my molecules just disintegrate into bliss, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't believe this is going on. But Caesar's so dope, man. He's such a dope person, man.
Yeah.
And I can see why somebody like Big would have so much love for him and put so much trust because he's so genuine, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And for
Mm-hmm.
him to see us off the rip and identify that what we're doing is valid and worthy
Mm-hmm.
and want to you know what I'm saying, support it. He's been so supportive, man, from day one, and so is Wayne.
Yeah.
um and those brothers really hold the righteous vibe within that camp. And shouts out to Kim too. She's beautiful. The couple interactions I had with Kim, man, she's just a dope person, man. People don't get to have these interpersonal interactions with these people and realize that these people are cool, man. They're just cool, you
Yeah.
know.
One thing that I've noticed being around some of them is that it's like Big commanded a different type of energy from everyone that he associated with.
Yeah,
And anyone that I've ever met that ever knew Big and was in that circle, they all have that same kind of way with them.
righteous. You know what I'm saying? Like the
Yeah.
Rasta would say, Irie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's an Irie vibe, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's truly upful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there's a code to it, and there's a curriculum that's
Mm-hmm.
followed, like a way of being. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I find it uncanny that, like, and it goes back to, like, like I said, I got to tap into the whole Rastafari thing because it is like that. It's like that kind of vibe. It's not necessarily your conventional, you know, rough, rugged, like by any means necessary,
Yeah.
cutthroat. You know what I'm saying? Like raw hip hop aesthetic. You know what I'm saying? It has that. Like, it's not to be played with, but the vibe is upful. The vibe is righteous, is love.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And
Definitely.
and people are held to that standard and are beholden to it. It's a culture,
Yeah.
and that's why I know that the people that I'm rolling with and myself and my team and my circle, like, we've been doing that the whole time the same way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So um, it's truly it's like a donor match.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's a good way to put it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, I have the right. I'm a match. Me and
Mm-hmm.
my people are a match to carry on with him and his people
Nice.
did a couple decades ago. So that's here we are. You know what I mean?
Very, very nice. I, for one, brother, I love what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. And I appreciate you taking the time out to come talk to me so I can share with my people what it is that you're out here doing because I think it's important. I think is necessary and damn sure educational.
Word. It's like I said, man. Scribe to God, SKRIBEDAGOD, Frank White Experience. You know what I'm saying? Check out our other project. It's called Grateful for Biggie. Because I spent years on the road. I'm a hippie too. I
Mhm.
spent years on the road following the Grateful Dead and Fish.
Wow.
I was outside. I traveled. I lived as a traveling gypsy. You know what I'm saying? I did all those things, bro. Music is what is my full world. Like music.
Mhm.
There's very few living and past musicians that I did not see live.
Okay.
There's only like two or three people that I haven't seen. Smokey Robinson. I don't think I've seen Stevie Wonder, but it's like literally it's like, but everyone else you could think of a name, I've seen them live at concert
Wow.
since 6 years old. My
Wow.
first concert was Michael Jackson and Jackson 5 at 6. You know what I'm saying? My mom took me to Run DMC,
Yeah.
Raising Hell, my Adidas. Like I've been going to live music. I've seen 1,000 concerts before I performed one,
Wow.
and then I performed 1,000 concerts. You know what I'm saying? I did spend years in playing roots reggae in a band called Giant Panic Gorilla Dub Squad, just a roots
Oh,
reggae band touring around the country. Like I've been music is my life, you know. So you could check me out on in all those iterations, all those platforms. They all are a representation of the same vibration that I'm talking about in the different manifestations and different genres or aesthetics and
okay.
outlets, you know. So anything that's attached to Scribe to God or the Frank White Experience and Grateful for Biggie or any of our people's side projects or anybody that's involved with that, it's all a network of it's a rabbit. Those are rabbit holes worth digging
Mm.
down. You'll find
I know
stuff that you love.
I know C's was in Philadelphia in March. Were you with him then?
No, I was not with C's in Philly in March. We were together. He just came up to Syracuse to rehearse this, and since then, I think the last time we went on a run last year in Colorado.
Okay.
We did like three shows out in
Okay.
Colorado. We did three with C's, and the fourth night we did our Grateful for Biggie out there in Colorado in the mountains. Man, it was wild.
Okay.
Definitely dope time. So um, that's what I'm saying. We're looking like now is the season where we're starting to really firm up the ability for us to put this thing together. Like we've had to like get our legs and stabilize with our thing and our product and our network and our circuit to make it so that it could work to bring someone like C's in more
Mm-hmm.
consistently. You know what I'm saying? So now we're doing more things in collaboration, and now we're looking at going over the pond to Europe next year and doing
Okay.
big stuff
Oh,
over
that's gonna
there.
be huge.
It's gonna be
That's gonna
huge. You
be
know what I'm
huge.
saying? So like in this Kobe year, this Mamba mentality, we got the Mamba mentality, bro. This Kobe year, and I show up to the thing like I know ain't nobody working harder than me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like first one in, last one out.
Mhm.
Every time I leave the stage, I need to change my clothes. You know what I'm saying? I don't get up there. I'm not the cool guy rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I put in work on that stage, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I'm soaked down to my you know what I'm saying, down to my jibbies. Like every time,
Yeah.
you know. Sometimes I
Yeah.
got salt marks in my jeans, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So like that's the kind of way we put in work. So if you pay that whatever you pay, whether it's $1 or $100 or $1,000, it's worth the price of admission when you come to see the Frank White
Absolutely.
Experience and anything that you see Scribe to God represents. So I'd like to
Uh,
thank you and your platform, bro.
Tell
Big
everybody
ups.
your social media.
All right. I'm Scribe to God everywhere. Like you can Google me, SKRIBEDAGOD. Scribe to God. Everywhere. Streaming platforms, social media platforms. Ain't no underscores. Ain't no. It's just straight like that, right? That's how long it's been. And then Frank White EXP. Grateful for Biggie. And yeah, it's straight like that. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to
Okay.
that.
Brother Scribe, if you're ever in the Philadelphia area, and if I
Okay.
get an opportunity to come up to New York, I definitely want to
Yeah.
meet you, maybe
Yeah.
break some bread with
Yo,
you,
let's do
but
that.
I like to meet my people.
For sure. Yo,
Absolutely.
bro, next time we in Philly, pull up, pop out, let's out. You know what I'm saying? Last time I was there, we was just in Philly couple months back doing on the Grateful for Biggie run. We went to Virginia. We came into Philly. I got there early, right?
Mm-hmm.
I went to Sonny's, got a cheesesteak at Sonny's, right? I
Uh-huh.
got it till like 11. We have to load it until 4. So me and who I was riding with, our merch lady Clara, we went straight to Sonny's, bust out a cheesesteak, right? And then the Phillies was playing the Nationals. I went to a Phillies game, and I had just got my Yeezy pods, right? So
Wow.
it was the Yeezy pods that just dropped. So I'm walking around Philly with my Yeezy pods on. People are like, what the hell is going on? This thing out here in socks? I'm like, nah, I don't even know what's going on. You feel me? And I went to the game, you know what I'm saying? Caught a vibe, watched Phillies play the Nationals, you know what I'm saying? And then did the show. It was a vibe, man. I love Philadelphia. Shouts out to my man Reef the Lost Cause. That's my brother out there. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So yeah, I got to join with him when I start to release this music this summer. One of the things I'm leading with is this joint him and I got called Forever and For Now. So look
Okay.
out for that. So I'll definitely link in with you, man, when I'm about to drop some stuff, some original
Okay.
stuff.
All
And
right.
I'll definitely holler at you when I pull up in the city of brotherly love.
All right, brother.
Right?
Peace. I
Peace and love.
appreciate you. All right.
Blessings. I say
All right.
one.